Hey guys, so today we're gonna go over some of the type of walls that we have in wood frame construction. There are basically four, right? The exterior walls, the bearing walls, shear walls, and partition walls. Okay, but it's not like they have just one categorization. They can be both somehow. I'm gonna go over. Okay, let's start with the exterior walls. The exterior walls, as the name would suggest, is all the walls that are on the perimeter of the building. So let's say the building has this shape. All these green walls are exterior walls. So they will serve as a enclosure for the exterior. So they have to be have sheeting with them, okay, to serve as a solid surface for future installation like siding and stuff, but also to protect against any external agents like wind, moisture, and sound. Okay, so pretty much is this categorization. We also have the shear walls. Shear walls, they can be in the interior and the exterior side. When it's in projects, the two ways to understand. Shear walls, basically in our daily activities, is the interior walls that have sheeting on them. Okay, so let's say the most common ones are dividing units, some of the corridor side as well, and they are supposed to receive loads like we discussed earlier and resist. But the name that they have is shear wall, suggests that they will fight against shear. So what I mean by that, we have our walls here, they are squared, and if there's an exterior force like this, well, the building will suffer movements, seismic loads. So the building will tend to go this way, like this, or wind. The wall will tend to create this shape right here, right? So if you do a force on the square wall, it's supposed to go this way. To resist that, you have the sheeting. So the sheeting will create a more solid surface. It will prevent the walls going this way. It will serve as a bracing system for the wall. So this is the shear wall. The bearing wall is basically the same as the shear wall, but without the sheeting. So it's pretty much the same components without the sheeting. And then there's the partition wall. It's just a separation between units. It's for sound and enclosurements. Separate bathroom to rooms, bedrooms, to kitchens and stuff. So these are the four main categorization, just in general. But going into more depth on these definitions, if exterior walls, they can also be shear walls and bearing walls. But with the explanation that I just gave you guys, you can say, oh, all exterior walls have sheeting, therefore they are shear walls. Like I said earlier, the two main ways. The basic way is structural walls without sheeting and with sheeting, shear walls and bearing walls. But for on the engineer standpoint from plans, shear walls are more required. They have a different nailing pattern. The way you nail the sheeting together is different. The way you anchor on the sides vertically is different. They have anchors, metal anchors on both sides. So this is why exterior walls can be bearing walls with sheeting, but also exterior walls without with sheeting as well. But they are categorized as shear walls. But it's not the whole exterior wall. That's why the most shear walls that we check and then we find on projects is in the interior. You're gonna see some portions of the wall to be reinforced. For example, on the corners. So everything here is an exterior wall, but this part is a bearing wall, this part is a shear wall. So subcategorizations. All shear walls can be considered as bearing walls because in the end, bearing walls are just to receive loads. Shear walls also receive loads, so they have that. You can call them bearing walls, but they have sheeting for the shear, and all their other requirements like I said, nailing and stuff. Okay. And partitions are partitions, so they cannot be considered exterior walls because they are not installed on the exterior perimeter. They're not considered shear walls because they don't have sheeting, and they're not considered bearing walls because they don't carry any load. They just carry their own weight, and also drywall and accessory like cabinets and stuff. That's not considered type of load to require a lot of components to resist that. You know, just these three here has to resist all the design intended loads, like wind, seismic loads, live loads, dead loads, which is people use in the building basically. This one is just a separation for sound and stuff, and carries these small weights and their own weight. Okay. So just to give you guys an example on plans, how can you check? So basically all the exterior is exterior walls, but some instances are shear walls. You see this SW? It indicates this portion here is a shear wall. Okay, but the top here will be a bearing wall. Okay. Interior side, that we have a separation between the units. This side is a shear wall, and the other side is a bearing wall. It doesn't have the SW here. Okay, and this is a structural plan, so it's not going to show the partitions. So I have to go to the architectural. Any other walls that are not highlighted on the structural will be partitions. So pretty much you can match the plans, and all these walls here, they will be considered partitions by exclusion. Okay, but it's not shown on the structure, so there's a lot of ways to identify that. Okay, so as you can see, separating the bedroom here, separating the kitchen, the bathroom. It's a piping wall for the pipes here too. So yeah, this is a 4 type of walls. Like I said, there's a way to look from the perspective side of an engineer and an architect, more details related, but daily you can go by these definitions. Okay, exterior walls, exterior perimeter, shear walls are bearing walls with sheeting, bearing walls are without sheeting, and the remaining walls are partitions. They do not carry design loads. Okay. So this is it, guys. Thank you very much for another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye. Thank you.